Oh guys, here we have a comprehensive summary of the formula. So you just write it in your cheat sheet before the test, so that you have a summary of formula. Guys, meron akong question. Okay. Of course, we have so many formulas here, but take a look at what is summarized at the bottom. Charge conductor, just outside the conductor. Okay. Sigma over epsilon naught. Of course, we have proven that for a parallel plate. The parallel plate is a charge conductor. How about a sphere? Is that a charge conductor? Yes or no? 43. Is that a sphere a charge conductor? The one that we have solved before. Oh, if a sphere is a conductor, then it's a charge conductor, diba? That's a good. So take a look. Okay. What's the formula for that? Q over 4 pi E r squared. What is 4 pi r squared? Oh, so effectively, if you divide charges by the surface area, that is sigma. Valid. Let me modify it a little bit. How about this? 53. Can you visualize that is also sigma over E? How? Mm-hmm. But in Gauss law, we are not concerned with the circumference. We are multiplying the electrical with the surface area. So what do you need to do? Okay, that's correct. So what do you need to do here mathematically to show that that is sigma over E? 2 pi r L, but I don't see any L. It comes from the lambda. Okay. So what's in the numerator is charge. You can put the length below, right? 2 pi r L is what? That is the formula for the surface area of a cylinder. So effectively, we have only one, this one, sigma over E. You can rewrite the Gauss law in terms of that. Okay? In my opinion, ha. Okay. Problem number 12. Let's go on to chemistry. Where's the chemistry girl? Ayan, si Erika. Okay, you read it first. About Mr. J.J. Thomson. Of course, there are two electrons inside. So what happens to the two electrons? They get as far as they could get with respect to each other. Ayaw na magdikit. Okay? So what do you need to do? Okay? You have to find the equilibrium distance d. But what is the thing that prevents them from separating infinitely? The positive charge that is concentrated in the nucleus, no? So it's modeled like a insulating sphere. Q multiplied by small r over capital R cube inside, right? So all you need to do is you have to equate the formula for electric field generated by your insulating sphere, that's the red thing, and the electric field that is produced by these two electrons when they are repelling each other. Okay? That's it. Okay? So all you need to do is what? Use the formula for the insulating sphere. Okay? The charge of the red cloud is 2e. So all you need to put for the capital Q is 2e. Then for the R, effectively that is your D. Okay? Then you will have a formula for that. Okay? So you'll work on the details of that. How about for this? For the electron, okay, that's negative e. Okay? 4 pi e r squared. But the r squared is effectively 2d because that is the separation between the two electrons equilibrium. And then you're going to solve for the distance d. Okay? Can you work out the algebra and show that that is r over 2? Show that it is r over 2 by equating. You just have to equate this two. Okay? So you have the force from the red cloud and the force of repulsion from the two electrons here. When you work out the algebra of these two, you equate it, you're going to find that the distance is half of the radius of the red cloud. Algebra. So it's correct. As mentioned by JP, the electric field of the slab must be zero by equilibrium or by symmetry. Okay? And using the general formula for electric field, the problem is we have to find a value for the surface charge density in terms of volume. From the conservation of charges, the charges must be what? The volume charge density, which is expressed in terms of charge per volume. But the volume for the slab is cross-sectional area A multiplied by the height, which is 2d. So you get this expression. Rho d equals sigma over 2. You can use that expression for sigma and plug it in for E so that you have the final form. Notice that this one is more appropriate because the problem is in terms of D. Okay? And of course, the volume charge density is given for the slab. Okay? Do you see the connection? Ayan. Okay. Mathematics, okay. So you just try to read the problem. Okay, so what's given here? The charge density of the sphere. Okay? Now, the only difference is, before we assume that the surface charge density, the volume charge density are of definite value, constant. Now, what will happen if we have a certain distribution in space for the charges? Normally, that happens in chemistry, di ba? It happens that most of the atoms that are connected are different. Therefore, they have different electronegativity. Their affinity for you to attract electrons. For example, you have carbon and nitrogen bonded together. Which is more electronegative, Miss Erica? Oh, nitrogen. So you expect more distribution in the other side compared to the other. So it's not constant. It's given in terms of a function. Okay? And for some reason, this is the function. Yun yung gusto ni Young and Friedman. Okay? So all you need to do is find the total charge contained in the distribution. How do you find the total charge? All you need to do is to integrate this from the origin up to the capital R using spherical coordinate. What's spherical coordinate, sir? That's 4 pi r squared. Okay? You just plug in the density there of the rho. Okay? Remember, the rho is 1 minus 4r over 3r. The logical question is, why is there a 4 pi r square? We need that kasi in mathematics that's defined. Pero what's the volume of a sphere ba? 4 times pi r cube. What happens when you integrate r square? That is r cube over 3. Effectively, I have like over the 4 thirds because I have 4 pi here. Diba? So we need that for a unit, for a value for a sphere which has a radius of 1. You have to integrate the r squared. So you have an r cube over 3. Makes sense, diba? So it's always, you have to input the density is given and then proceed with ordinary integration. Power rule. Takpan ko muna. Yan. Try to integrate that, guys. And okay, guys. So effectively, you have to distribute the r squared. So the integral of r squared is r cube over 3. What's the integral of r cube? R to the 4th over 4. Okay, but one of the r cancels out. Then everything beautifully reduces to 0. Okay? 1/3 minus 1/3. Which is obvious because for nature wants total charge of 0. Okay? You don't want to be ionized there. Okay? So, what's the question for number 2? For letter B. Obtain the expression for the electric field outside. Okay? So, you can immediately write that that is 0. Why? Okay, the enclosed charge is 0 outside. Okay, good. Now, the next problem is, did everybody followed? Okay, so let's get to see. How about for inside the region? So again, you have to use your calculus there. Same formulation. Don't forget the 4 pi r squared. But this time, you don't have to integrate from 0 to capital R. What's the logical choice? 0 to small r. Gets? And using your mathematics, which you are going to do now, you're going to obtain this compact form. Okay? Answering A just by replacing this capital R with what? Small r. And as you can see, it won't cancel anymore because 1 is raised to the 4th power. Okay? Oh, can you provide the details? Assuming that you haven't seen what I have told you. Again, the only difference is the R4 will not have a capital R at the bottom. Can you try to show that? Okay. So from here, can you show that the answer is this? Slight modification lang. Pwede lang doon kayo sa pinakadulong part nyo, wherein magka-cancel na kayo, but replace it by small r. That's why it won't cancel. And you will get the compact form. Okay? So guys, this is the profile of your electric field as you have calculated before. The magnitude of the electric field is 1 over 12. So you have a 1 over 12 here. Okay. Guys, how will you know that the minimums are at 0 and capital R? Substitute. That's easy to see. Substitute 0, then everything is reduced to 0. Substitute for capital R, 1 minus 1, 0. It vanishes again. Just what I told you. It's a dying value. Okay? Yun. So, do you have a question? Think not. Okay, you have a positive charge Q distributed uniformly to spherical volumes with radius given to be a capital R again. One of the sphere has a charge centered at 2R. That's the red. Find the magnitude and the direction of the electric field at x equals 0. First question, how will you find the electric field at this point? Here, as stipulated by the target, x equals 0. Toto. Any idea? Distributed uniformly. So it's what? Hmm. So you use the formula R over capital R something, yung formula na yun, no? Now, what will you put in the R for the blue? 0. So, effectively, the electric field for the blue is 0. So, the electric field contribution is mainly due to red. What will you put on the red for the radius? 2R. Calculate for the red one, you put 2R for the effective radius. You do it in your sheet. The answer is it's 1 over 16. Yeah, makes sense. Because if the radius is 2R, the square of that is 4R. And you have a constant which is 4 pi outside. So 4 times 4 is 16. You try to do that on your sheet. Okay guys, so you're successful to get 1 over 16. Now let's try letter B. What about that x equals r over 2? This time, for the blue, it's not 0 anymore. What is the effective distance that you will substitute for small r? Okay, capital R over 2. Then you superimpose it to the red one. But what is the effective distance for the red one? What? 3 over 2. 3R over 2. 1.5. Okay? You get the... This is R over 2 eh. So the distance from the red is 1.5. 3 times the R over 2. Gets... Well, that's essentially it. Okay? Can you try to do the math? Substitute for R over 2 for the first one, the blue. For the red, 3R over 2. Then take note of the directions when adding. Okay, could be minus or addition. If you are successful, you will get the correct answer. Okay, so guys, you were successful to determine that at R over 2, the electric field is 1 over 16. And for, for R equals 0, that's 1 over 16. And for R over 2, that's 1 over 72. Deciphered the idea on how to make adsorption systems. Okay, adsorption. So give me an example of adsorption. Sponge. You place it in contact with water, what happens? Oh, it gets absorbed. Your sponge sucks it. Oh, di ba? How do you do that for the other one? For example, you want to have an adsorber for gas. Of course, for liquid, use a spongy material. How about for a gaseous system? Well, Of course, you can use the concept of electric fields. There are positive and negative counterparts such that they attract. If they attract, then they get absorbed, di ba, Cholo? Positive and negative things attract, right? Also in chemistry. Yeah. Um, when the periodic table will get something positive from the elements. Of course, in the halogen part, they are negative, right? Ayun. Close to noble gases, Where do you think is the logical choice for you to find something positive? Left side, how about yung gitna? Especially your transition metals. Okay, very good, positive. From there, you can get the idea that if you supply a metal or transition metal positive, you get like cations, okay? So, yun ang ginamit ko. At the center, okay? You place a transition metal there, the cation, I don't know how you place it. You just put a positive charge at the center, sa metal, based from Miss Erica. Positive, when you have a positive charge somewhere, and you get near it, depends on your charge, you can you get charge also? For example, you're neutral, and you get close as possible to it. What's the usual thing that will happen? Do you get charged also? Have you heard of polarized? So, if you are essentially neutral and you get close to a positive charge, one of your side will, if this is positive, one of the sides will go negative, closer. The other one is so effectively it gets polarized also charged, but the magnitude of the separation of the charges is small. So that's the idea. If a gas comes close to the metal, it becomes also charged, polarized, but the bonding is quite weak. So it gets absorbed near the what? The metal. Oh, I have done the calculation. Take a look. Okay. This is initially without the gas. Okay, you have the metals there. For variety, I have enumerated every transition metal that I could find, starting from scandium to, what's the last part, Miss Erika? For the 3D. Three series. The last part is zinc. Yun. And tingnan nyo sa periodic table ba yan? It's zinc, right? Yun. Yun lang. Just to exhaust everything, you want to find the suitable candidate, di ba? That's the thing that I want to do. So I do from scandium to titanium up to the zinc part. Okay. Initially, this is the what's this one? When you done the simulation at our lab, what's the thing that you can find? It's the voltage, the potential, right? Okay, so that's the plot of the what? Potential. Yun. For the parallel plates, can you recall? Near the plates, the intensity is what? Large, diba? Okay, take a look. When your gas comes close to it, especially for the scandium, okay? For the other metals, you have this. Yan. You have the gas coming close to it. So, maybe that is the potential for the gas. Okay? What can you say about the scandium metal? It has nothing like that, no? Yung mga ganun. Therefore, yung overlap nito is quite good. In your simulation, you can see the positive and the negative, right? Blue and red. there's still a separation between them. Eh. This one is so close, you can see them what as if it is continuous. What metal is a suitable candidate such that the overlap is almost perfect. Here, the overlap has some kind of separation. Eh. Metal, this is the absorbent, that's the hydrogen gas. Here, they are in unison. Okay. As you can see, there's the hydrogen molecule there. Okay. H2. So what's your conclusion? Based from the electrostatic map, it's scandium because as you can see, the overlap is perfect. You cannot see some separation, okay, between the metal and the gas. You can see the separation here. Can you see it? This is the map for the gas. Significantly far from the metal. Guys, that's true. Take a look. The charge from your scandium is what? It's the highest, 0.573. A suitable candidate is scandium. Next, Miss Erica, what's the most suitable? Titanium. Ganun lang siya. Very short application of the polarity of the charges to make a gas absorber. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, very good. Nakita na nila. Zn, okay. 0.442. The highest is 0.573, which is your scandium. Guys, gets ba? Ha? Ano yung? CO, cobalt? CR, chromium. Okay. Do you get it? No question for 53? For the 43, more or less you understand. Well, it's an attraction between positive and a gas molecule that is polarized. Okay, so effectively it also has a charge. Okay.